Hello friends, welcome to Code Crush Coding. In this video we are going to learn about CSS Position Property. So the position property specifies the type of positioning method used for an element. So basically it is used to position your content of the HTML element on the web page. So there are different type of values available for the position property. So there are 5 different position values. Static is the first one, second is relative, third is fixed, fourth is absolute, and last one is sticky. So we will see each of these properties in our code now. So let's start with the static property first. So here I have position.html file, and to link with CSS I have position.css file. So let's first create the template for HTML file. So HTML, and here inside the body tag I will add one paragraph, or let's say heading h1. Let's add Code Crush Coding. So this is my content for the h1 heading. After that I will create one div block, div. Let's add it in the lowercase, so div block. So once I have the div block, inside this block I will add one heading, let's say h3 position demo, and after this I will add one image inside this block, img. So I have the image saved with the name profile.webp, which is located in the same location as these two files are, position.html and position.css. So I just need to provide the name of file, and after that I will add one paragraph. So I have already created one paragraph, some random text is there. So I will copy this paragraph and paste it here. Let's paste it one more time. So this is my content for the HTML file. So let's see how the content is currently looking now. Let me refresh the page. So see, this is the h1 heading we have added. After that we have the div block. Here we have h3 heading, then we have the image, and after that we have these two paragraphs. So this is our web page currently looking now. After that we will link this CSS file with this HTML file. So how to link? Inside the head tag you need to provide the tag link, and then the name of file, which is position.css. position.css. Now let's add property inside this position.css file for this div block. So inside this div block we have two HTML elements, h3 and image. So let's add it here. So how? Let's provide class name here for this block, class, let's say my div. So this is my class name, and how to apply properties to the class? With the help of this symbol dot, and then the class name, which is my div, then curly braces, and here we need to provide the position property. So let's first provide the static property, static. Let's save this file. So currently this was our page looking before applying the CSS properties. Now once I refresh the page, so there is no difference, right? We have applied the property here static, but there is no difference as such on the web page. So why there is no difference? Because HTML elements are position static by default. So whether you provide here static or not, it will be by default static, and the static position elements are not affected by the top, bottom, left and right properties. Let's say here I provide left, let's say left from here, let's say 30 pixel, and save this file and refresh the page. Still we are not getting any difference here, because static elements are not affected by these properties, which are some space from the top, bottom, left or right. So that is the use of static. So by default they are static. The next property that we want to learn is relative. So if I say here relative, and let me remove the left property here, so I will remove it. Let's see what difference we are getting now. Let's refresh the page. So as such no difference now, because we have just provided here relative. So relative must be used with one of the properties from left, right, top or bottom. So let's say I say here left. So when we are using left with static, there was no difference. Now let's see what difference we will get here. Let me make some adjustment here. refresh the page. So see, from the left we are getting the 30 pixel difference. Now let's add one more property from the top. So let's say from top we are saying 450, some random pixels, 450 pixel. Now refresh the page. So see, we are getting 450 pixel from the top. From here, like after this h1 element, we are getting 450 pixel downwards. Let me reduce it to 350. Yeah, now see the difference here. It's adding the space from this element. After this element we are getting 350 pixels. So this is the use of relative tag or the relative position. We will get the difference from this element. Like here you can see, because this div block was after h1, so we are getting the space from h1 till the position like 150 pixel. Now if I make it to absolute here, absolute, so what difference we will get here? Let's refresh the page. See, now there is no space between this h1 heading. Directly we are getting the paragraphs which are after this div block. If you observe this paragraph is after the div block, but still we are getting that paragraph, and then we are getting the content of div block. Because when the position is absolute, when this position is absolute, the space 150 pixel from the top will be applied from the web page content, from here, from the top one, while when we were using relative, it was applied from this element 150 pixel and it was applying the space also. But when we are using absolute, it will be applied from the top of this page, not from this element. Now let's see another property which was fixed. So once I make it fixed, so what it will do, it will fix our content. Like if I refresh the page now, and if I, let's add the paragraph more, let's say position is fixed, refresh the page, add the paragraph content more here. So let me add the paragraphs. Let's save this page and refresh now. So see, we are getting here scroll bar because our web page is having more content now. So if I move this scroll bar, you can see this content of div block is fixed, it is not moving. The content of paragraph is moving upwards as well as downwards, but this content is fixed now because we have made the position fixed. So that particular content will be fixed, it will not be moved as per our scrollable, it will be fixed for the web page. Now what I want to do, I want to see the another property which is sticky. So if I make it to sticky now, so what will be the difference? Let's see that. So once I make it sticky, let's add the property here, save it and see the change on the web page, refresh the web page. So here you can see the space is added here, 150 pixel, which is relative. From here the space is added and the paragraphs are here, and once I move, then the content is fixed, but it is not already fixed. Like if you see from the position fixed one, position fixed, then see, notice the difference here. See, the paragraphs are displayed and then we are getting this one because that particular space is not added, means it is fixed to that position only. The space is not added between this h1 tag and the content of div block. But when we are using sticky, if I refresh the page, then the space is added. Why the space is added? Because a sticky element toggles between a relative and fixed, so it is a combination of relative position as well as fixed position. So as we know, the relative position adds the space between the element which is above it, like div block was below the h1 tag, so the space is added and after that it is fixed. Like if you see, if I scroll the web page, the position is fixed. So this was the use of all these 5 properties. So static was the default one, relative means the position of the element, accordingly the space will be added, but when we use absolute, the space will be added from the top of the page. And when we say the property is fixed, then that particular property will be fixed, it will be not moved as per our scrollable. And once we use the property sticky, it will be relative at the start, means it will add the space above the elements, but after that it will be fixed. So that was the use of all these 5 properties. You can make use of these properties as per your requirement on the web page. So that's it in this video. We will cover another topics in next video. Thank you for watching.